And we're live.
Apparently we're live, sitting here with our House Brooks cups for the Game of Thrones series finale tonight. We're actually not going to be watching Void. We're going to be watching Game of Thrones.
Surprise.
No, we got the episode early. No, we didn't.
We're about to unveil it for all of you.
So yeah, my name is KR. This is Nathan, and we are from Into the Void Films, for those of you who don't know. I think there's only like 2 people watching, so you probably do know us. But we're going to be reacting to the first ever short film that we ever did together. And I guess we can give a little bit of backstory on how it came about.
All right.
Start up.
Yeah. So KR and I met in 2012 on a short film that I was working on when I was still in film school. And we were kind of going around the table saying what our names were and what our favorite horror movies were. And both of us said some horror movie. I think I might have said The Shining.
I think it was The Shining.
In that moment, an alliance was formed in the Void Films, kind of in its early phases.
Yeah, I was kind of sitting at the production table, kind of like this, like just, being menacing. And we were going around the table, and Nate says that he likes horror films and he likes The Shining, and I kind of gave him a, nod of approval.
That's kind of when we knew we were friends.
The rest is history,
as they say. But when we were on the shoot, we just kept talking about different movies and what kind of stuff that we were inspired by. And Pan's Labyrinth kept coming up. And a lot of like fantasy, kind of like the Grimm's Brothers stuff would come up all the time. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to do a short film that was kind of in that vein. And originally we wanted to do Void as a musical. And we had like gone so far as to write like 2 or 3 different demos. And we'd kind of gone down that path for a little while. And then eventually we just decided it'd be a lot easier to do a more traditional kind of film instead of having to like produce an entire album in addition to making a short film, which we were trying to fundraise for as well. So that's what we ended up doing. Yeah,
we just quickly realized that this is too large of a scope for us to do for our first film. So let's scale it back a bit and just do a regular short film. And it ended up being our longest short film to date.
And probably the most ambitious
as
far as like the scope of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's prosthetic effects, there's digital effects. We worked with like a full sound mixing suite and audio mixing suite. And it was just as far as post-production goes, everything was like really in-depth. We actually used the mixing stages at Columbia, which is where we both went, and surprisingly there weren't a lot of people up there, so it was pretty cool to get in there and do the post sound mix on this one in there.
Yeah, I mean this is just so much more than a short film. I met my current wife on set for this film. She's right over there. She won't be in this. She's playing the Switch, but yeah, it's just like I have so many memories, and it's just crazy that it's been 7 years or 6-7 years since we've released this film. So we thought it'd be cool to just kind of go back and like where we all started and watch them and react to them and make fun of them possibly, and kind of
definitely make fun of them
and just go into some stories about on set. And this was shot up in Wisconsin at my grandparents' house. Like the woods are literally like a step out the back door. So we went up there for 2 weekends and we got it done. So without further ado, we will start this movie.
So should we also mention the thing about the screen?
Sure. So if this takes off and we like doing it, it's a cool thing. We'll eventually get to the point where we can, on the live stream, put the video in while we watch it. We just didn't have enough time for this first one, but we are recording. For those of you who saw the Instagram post, we are shooting this, so I will edit a nice version together and it will go up on YouTube. So we'll have that in the next couple weeks. So this is just kind of just for fun, and if people want to write in the chat or whatever, I'll try and respond if I see it. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. So the link is in the chat. So if you want to see, if you want to pull up another screen or whatever and play the movie at roughly the same time, you'll kind of maybe be able to hear it. I don't know. We'll see. So it's kind of a trial and error thing. So, we're going to go for it.
Here we go.
And for this film, we have no leader whatsoever. It just kind of starts. So
no intro, title card, or anything like that.
Once upon a time, there was a young princess. She grew tired of the novelty of her father's tower.
So we got Molly Pan here, who's our actress playing Lady Death. Our whole idea with this intro sequence here was to kind of show the backstory of who the evil entities in the Void were. So we kind of set up this whole thing about this princess who was tired of living in the kingdom that she was in, and she decided to run away. And her father, the king, ended up sending some people from the local village to go look for her, including an artist, a butcher, and I made this movie. I should know what the third character is. He ends up being the harbinger of doom. But three characters go into the woods looking for her and never come out. And so we have this whole intro sequence that tries to explain.
Right. Yeah. So this is like the fairy tale we wrote. This is kind of what we started with, really, and then kind of molded the whole short film from this. And this whole intro sequence that's going on right now was like the first time I had ever worked like really in After Effects, but it came out really cool, I thought.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Tristan Young did all the illustrations for us.
He did. We had a guy who we found randomly, I think on Craigslist, to do like the background plates, and then our buddy drew in all the little, background characters, and I kind of just put them in there. And
yeah, that part's fucking awesome. So holds up really well.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of the short. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so like basically the idea was to set up the world at the beginning and then kind of explain it in pieces as the rest of the short goes on. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the sound design came out. I'm happy with how the score came out. The voiceover's cool.
He was prepared to wait an eternity. He never left his post.
I think my one problem with the intro is it's not paced out very well. It's like one after the other. It's like, there's no like pauses in between. It's kind of rushed through, but it's still cool.
We were trying to find that right balance in editing because it felt like there's so much dialogue to get through.
Yeah,
it was
right.
like boom, 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 boom. Like there's no beats. I think it was raining when we shot this.
It was raining. You can actually see on our dad's face, our dad character. You can see, I think, a little bit of raindrops, and actually on the mom's shot too, you can see some raindrops if you're like really paying attention. But it was slightly, there you go.
Right
so you see it.
We got Ben and Bobby playing the parents there. We got Sarah as the older sister, Abigail. And then we have it's Evelyn playing Isabel.
And the book that she's reading right now is actually Damned, I believe. Damned by Chuck Palahniuk.
That was my copy that I never got back, and that's okay. Because that happens sometimes when you wrap up production. There's some stuff you just never get back. But we're trying to set up like this whole like kind of broken family thing where like the two sisters are kind of just being ignored by the newlyweds over there, and they kind of have to take to their own devices to stay entertained. I think that comes across pretty well. It's something that we didn't try to beat over the head.
And this was like the first thing that we shot that wasn't on a DSLR. So we had been using my Canon not 5D, the 550D, the worst one, and we decided to rent the Blackmagic out, and I mean I loved it. That like started my whole Blackmagic craze. I've had them ever since.
This teddy bear that's in the short here, you found that on eBay.
I did.
And it's really old, right?
Oh yeah, I don't even remember, but I mean it's like decrepit and like kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Why would this girl even be drawn to this object in the first place? But
our first AD ended up keeping that after we wrapped. I kind of wish that we would have kept it. So we got some heavy thematic foreshadowing going on in this scene about the whole, like if you pick them up, who's gonna come find it?
And so. One thing to always pay attention to is your audio on set. We had to ADR that entire scene pretty much. And that's a pain in the ass, but I mean, I'm just going to say it right now.
Because you can't help but have it come out kind of weird unless you really can spend the time and the money to get it done right. It's a really difficult thing.
So here's where Abigail is looking for her sister. She was playing hide and seek, and she finds the ribbon that was on her dress, or was it on her hair? In her hair.
One of those two.
And now she's starting to get a little bit worried because she can't find her. And it was only about 10 seconds she disappeared. So
And apparently she gets so worried that she falls
that
asleep.
she has to take a nap.
Yep. I think with some of this stuff, we kind of just let a lot of the, like, I don't know, like some of those like logical things go out the window. It's a fairy tale.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sit down and you gotta close your eyes.
Yeah, you're so stressed out, I better take a nap.
You gotta regroup,
And she falls asleep and she wakes up in the void, which is like our version of like purgatory or like the further and Insidious or something like that.
Right.
I think we shot these like little transition shots.
These were after.
Yeah, way later.
Yeah, we needed some sort of transition in between these scenes because it was just too abrupt the way it was.
It's pretty cool. We got our mysterious like phantom character. He's randomly coming in and touching her face and the piece.
And then sleeping some more.
Yeah. She wakes up. And so the first character she comes across is the artist. Who's
no,
that's right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's Harbinger. I'm so excited to get to that scene. Yeah, so we got the Harbinger, played by Connor Clark, who's a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And this scene, there's a little bit of CGI going on in these jars.
So we had the idea to break open glow sticks and dump them in these jars so that they would glow, which they didn't really glow that much. So I had to go in and make particles around the little fucking jars, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
I hated doing it, but it looked okay. It's all right.
This is like one of those weird visual things we wanted to do. Is we wanted to have like jars full of like fireflies or something like that, but like the squished up like remnants of the inside of them.
Right.
As here's Connor. He's supposed to be dead, but his jugular veins going like crazy.
She finds a dagger that was at his feet. She doesn't know what's going on right now.
But what she does know is that she wants to hold on to the dagger in case something goes on. It sounds like a dead. Like a dead.
I mean, this is 100% Evil Dead.
Yeah. I don't remember what we put in his teeth to make his teeth look all nasty, but
I don't either.
This can't
He
be
just
real.
shoved his face in dirt.
yeah, we just curb stomped him into the dirt.
So he's kind of been like in the void for so long that it's like,
Yeah, he's just
it's like I just want to be out almost.
yeah, he'll take any port in a storm. All right, so now we're on the artist scene.
What's up, everybody in the chat? I think we got Amy, and then we got Kelly and Mom. So hello.
How's it going? All right, so we got the artist scene, which there's some CG stuff going on in here as well.
There's a lot to see. This is the bulk of the CG that we did, the visual effects. And I will say that thanks to my good friend Mike, who had just gotten out of the Marine Corps, he offered to come and help us on set, and he had a blast. And he kept giving me whiskey all night when we were shooting this scene, and I was I think I had a few too many, but it came out pretty good.
There was actually one shot where the camera falls over because we forgot to hold on to it.
Yeah,
It happened.
we caught it, so it was okay. We didn't break it.
So that bonfire got a little out of control sometimes too. I think it actually got to the point where it was starting to melt off our actor Sean's prosthetics a little bit, which is kind of
It was
scary.
hot. We had my buddy Mike sitting off frame, just shooting, lighter fluid into it every once in a while.
To make it like
Yeah.
Oh, sir. But it is very rare to find such a beautiful specimen as yours.
So she doesn't really know who she's talking to right now. It's some weird artist that's painting a forest scene, I guess.
at night. She's just looking to talk to someone to try to find out where she's at.
I told
Man, holy shit.
I doubt you.
Holy shit, it's a demon. Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
he's got the teeth in, he's got the contacts, we've got reversed vines
Yeah,
going
some
up her
reverse
arm,
photography going on.
the nails that Kim made herself.
Stay put.
likeness. It's really gross where he licks the side of her face.
I don't know if we told him to do that.
No.
I think he just kind of did that.
He just did it.
And we're like, okay.
He went there.
With a little smooch at the end.
Is this some CG?
There we go. That's some pretty panoramic scope around his hand.
Such ugly minions.
So he's supposed to be like, the idea was that he like cut her and took some of her blood and put it on the canvas, and it turned into like some of her worst memories.
Memories, essentially, yeah.
And how she kind of feels. She feels like an outcast in her own family and stuff.
Right.
I got this mirror that I got on eBay as well. We basically just got a lot of our props on eBay.
eBay, Amazon, wherever.
Maybe some thrift stores along the way, some stuff like that.
So this mirror is supposed to like show her true self.
And like if you look in the mirror and it doesn't like explode, and that means you're like a good person.
Right.
Quite strongly against.
Now you look in the mirror.
Oh shit.
Clever girl.
Sounds evil as hell.
This probably is my favorite scene in the movie. So she realizes that this dude is a bad dude and she needs to get the F out of there.
F out of Dodge.
So she cuts her vines off.
She gets up, grabs the mirror, puts it in his face, makes his face explode.
Again, totally
Evil
Evil Dead, which I'm okay with.
Yeah. All right, on to the next phase. Nice ominous skull. I think I still own that skull.
So here's where we introduce.
He is walking like he is drunk as a skunk.
Yeah.
Daddy, where have you been? Where's your little sister?
What's up, man?
Got a little bear trap there.
Oh! Oh, man. Yeah, to do the sound of the leg getting snapped in the bear trap, we did like celery breaking and some like different like wet squishy noises. Here we have Shannon coming up.
Little Shannon Brown.
Playing this crazy executioner guy named the Butcher. He's wearing a trench coat covered in bones and has all these weird like
Yeah, like,
cult glyphs on him.
yep. You got Abigail hiding in the bushes.
We wanted to have this like weird relationship between his character and Lady Death where like he's almost like her pet.
Right.
So when he comes up
Right.
and like wants stuff, he's like remember Shannon was like, man, it's gonna be hard to do this when you can't see my face. And you just gotta trust that it's gonna like come through in editing with the voice and everything, you know?
My apologies. Once in this room, I'm sure.
I think Lady Death's makeup looks awesome. We were going for like the whole Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
But we spent a good chunk of time just trying to get her look right because she's kind of like the main, you know, fatty in the movie.
Yeah, we did. I mean, makeup test pretty early on. We all met up at Columbia and in the like little lunchroom, whatever atrium area, we were doing her makeup, which is kind of cool.
Here's where she rips out Ben's throat, which is a fun shot to rehearse. Oh.
This was with the fire extinguisher, right? This was the first time we used it?
Man, I don't think so.
No?
I don't remember it correctly. so long ago, it's hard to remember what we used. But I want to say we used like a paintbrush or something. Awesome contacts. I'm pretty sure that glyph on Shannon's back I stole from Castlevania. So sorry, Konami.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. They haven't come at me yet. It's been like years, so I think I'm okay.
So funny.
Come to me. I'll show you where your sister
Those
is.
cool blue contacts.
Yeah. This is our first time like working with a lot of that stuff, like doing contacts, doing prosthetics, like gore and all.
Well, it was our first time doing any of it. Really,
Like,
it was
as
our
our
first
own production.
film. Like, yeah.
Because any of the stuff I did where I was like a PA, there wasn't really any kind of like makeup appliances or
Right.
anything like that. It was just pretty straightforward, like people in a room talking.
Right. Yeah, I think here her makeup looks so good.
Mhm.
She's got blood that's like just dried on her face. It's all kind of smeared a little bit.
Shout out to Kim for doing our makeup effects, and shout out to Eloise for doing our
All the
wardrobe design.
wardrobe,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
I mean, she made those dresses.
Mhm.
It's
And
phenomenal.
she came and had all these like awesome concept photos and concept art made up. It was our first time working with Shannon, and first of many.
I command you to bring her to me.
I think it's ADR too,
She's
man.
in my way, and I want my prize. If you will take her, I will.
I think the original audio was clipped. Like it was really like pretty bad.
Peeking.
Yeah. That's where she takes her chance,
Oh,
axes him.
damn.
So she seemingly gets, I guess, sort of revenge on all these
She
things.
thinks she killed Lady Death. She thinks she found her sister, and they have this final little interaction with this like phantom.
Yeah, the phantom that we saw earlier in the film.
Yep, who ends up. We'll just wait. No spoilies. I still have that mask in storage. I come across some of this stuff, and it's always a nice little trip down memory lane.
I'll do whatever it takes. Just tell me what I need to do.
Both our eyes look through that mask.
Yep. And then we glued the jewels on because those didn't come with the mask originally. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to remember like how late this was, but this was pretty late.
Oh, it was late.
I felt bad for Evelyn, that actress playing the little sister, because she's a little girl, so she wanted to go to sleep. We were trying to wrap her out as fast as possible. I remember like just standing out here when it was really late at night, and we had all the lights set up, and we had the camera set up, and we were out here just doing it. And like, you know, obviously like the movie has a bunch of flaws and stuff like that, but it was so much fun to make.
Oh, yeah.
And it got the ball rolling on something that we're still doing today.
Exactly.
So it's pretty motivating to go back and watch this, because it makes you realize that.
I feel like for being 7 years old, like this is pretty good for our first film together.
It's like humble beginnings, you know?
Right?
And we had a really ambitious idea that we tried to do on a budget of like $2,000 or something
Right,
like that.
yeah.
And,
Like
right.
money that we
Raised
raised mostly, and some of it came from our own pocket. And
taught us a lot of lessons on what to do and what not to do.
Shout out to our family members who
Yeah.
donated and some friends and whatnot. Because
Could not have done it without any of your help.
so here's the reveal
It's
that
Lady
our
Death.
phantom is Lady Death.
Whoa.
Did you?
We were going to use the song music, like the twist, dun, 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 but we decided not to.
I must commend you.
Where is she?
Oh, Abby. easily makes those who lose track of their time. Which you probably.
And there's a couple different things that we wanted to do with Void after the short film. Like I was kind of debating writing a novel of it because there's so much like story to unpack.
Right.
But then eventually, I think I kind of wanted to just do it as a feature length script. So that's actually something that we're working on right now. But it doesn't have any of the fairy tale stuff. It's more just about one sibling going into the woods to look for another sibling. It's kind of like a little more similar to like Blair Witch Project than it is to like Pan's Labyrinth.
Right.
They gladly lay down their lives for my love. And then, nothing will come back. I stopped them.
I remember it was really funny too. My twin brother came up and he was hanging out with us while we were shooting this, and he had no idea what like any of the context of what the story was. So I remember when we were filming this, he just looked at me and was like,
What is going on?
"What is this?"
I mean, like any film, we shot it complete. I'm pretty sure we shot the last scene
Completely like everything.
first. I think we shot that one of the first things we shot, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was completely out of order.
Well, someone has to pick up the mantle. And for you, it's a love forever. Just like your fairy tale. One day, people will read about your story, your legend.
I think most of our lights that we used as well, we borrowed from the Columbia Film Cave.
Oh, they were all from Columbia.
So shout out to Columbia and your blue gels for getting us through this one, because that's all I see is like blue gel.
Pretty sure we had 2 light kits.
Yeah.
We took up. Yeah, we had
2 light kits with the 300, the 650, and
the 1K.
Yeah, 1K.
Yeah. So here you find out that her sister is, I guess you can either say she's back or she was never gone in the first place.
It was all a dream. We took that cop out.
Yeah, right. It was all a dream. It never
But
happened.
it's okay with fairy tales. It could be a little like surreal, weird like that. Awesome outro score.
Yeah, the music that was done by Nam is just phenomenal.
That's one of my favorite parts about this, and
Yeah.
like just the mixing process was getting to hear the score all the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you have it.
Thank
Our
you.
first film ever.
Yeah, thanks to our cast and our crew for helping us make it.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It was a lot of fun. Look at all those people it takes to make a little short film.
A little 20-minute short.
Yep.
And our whole sound team.
That was all like a couple days of just mixing.
Right. So yeah, that does it for our first film ever. So we've got kind of 2 recordings going on right now. So I'm going to say to the high quality one, thanks for watching. We're going to hopefully do this with all of our short films. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our page, like whatever, I'll throw it all in the description. So thanks for watching.
Thanks.
And then YouTube land, thank you as well.
See you next time.
See you guys.